Welcome back to season 2 of Romantasy Chaos HQ, the podcast. We are Avery and Xavier Harleston, healthcare professionals by day, romantasy theorists, and aspiring authors by night. Today we are covering the epigraph from Iron Flame, Chapter 1. This is your warning. There will be spoilers for the entire Empyrean series. If you haven't read all 3 books, it may be time to turn back. As honorary members of Second Squad, we cuss
A lot.
and discuss.
Very adult topics.
And we make a fuss.
About the
We like a challenge, so we tackle each epigraph without prepping, placing it into the context of the whole series, not just the chapter or book it's tied to. But you don't have to take it cold. So here is our post-recording one-sentence summary of the chapter.
Welcome to the revolution, complete with a rebuilt Orisha, a not dead Big Brother Brennan, a betrayed and heartbroken Violet, and an assembly debating when and how Violet, Zayden, and the Resson crew should return to Basgiath without Liam. There are 6 minutes on the clock and more Iron Flame questions than Violet has about Navarre's altered past. So don't blink, don't scroll, don't let Taryn distract you. We have 360 seconds to blow your mind.
And go.
In this, the 628th year of our unification, it is hereby recorded that Orisha has been burned by Dragon in accordance with the treaty ending the separatist movement. Those who fled survived, and those who did not remain entombed in her ruins. Public Notice 628.85, transcribed by Cyrilla Neilwort.
Is that just Cynia's mom?
I'm going to go with yes. She's the right. It's either her mom or her grandma, or I mean, I guess it could also be an aunt. It could be her older sister. But yeah, it's certainly related to Jacinia. Although it's interesting that she's Cyrilla Neilwort. She's obviously a scribe, but like I think Jacinia and Violet were mostly like mentored by Asher. Do you think so?
I think so. I mean, it's that part's very interesting, is we don't hear anything about a relative of Jacinia except, in this last name. But also, Orisha wasn't really, entirely burnable.
No, because it's stone.
Yeah, so it's almost laughable that they're like, oh, and we burn it to the ground, all of the stone, and it's now in ruins. Like, does nobody know anything?
How is it entombed in her? Does fire? Okay, so I don't know enough about like chemistry, but I guess it's possible dragon fire is hot enough that it could cause stone to, not melt, but like crack and collapse because it's entombed in her ruins.
I mean, if they can like turn rock into lava, I guess, but
this is like I don't know. Like, I mean, obviously Dragonfire is hot, but it's not even hot enough to make the alloy. That's why they have to have the luminary. So I don't know. Anyway, I'm wondering, this is obviously it's 628 because it's the 628th year of the unification. And 0.85 makes me assume it is the 85th like notification or whatever, public notice of the year. I wonder what the other 84 were, because this would have happened right after, at some point after the Battle of Orisha, which happened like July 1st, right? Because conscription day is July 15th.
They're probably all about the treaty. I mean, they're probably really short. They're like Navarian tweets. Public notice is 180 characters because that's all that fits on the sheet. I don't know.
I don't know. But it's interesting again, like the separatist movement.
Well, and here's the separatist movement. It's not a rebellion or a revolution. They're not separatist relics. So the fact that they can't, from a marketing perspective, agree on, was this a rebellion? Was this a revolution? Were they separatist? Were they rebels? I mean, it just gets back to this, the entire society is just built to be ill-informed. Like they're just like, oh, we don't even need to worry about the correctness or accuracy of our language because our populace is just going to believe stone burns and it's in ruins, and separatists versus rebel is irrelevant, and we're going to have separatist and rebellion relics, and oh, by the way, we're going to put all of these kids in the Riders Quadrant, and it's just all good.
I think this is important because this is a public notice. So this is going out presumably to anyone in Navarre. But in Fourth Wing, when we were learning about the rebellion relics, that was not a public notice, right?
That was part of the treaty.
The treaty. It was, and there was stuff that was in the COC, the Code of Conduct. So it was much a smaller audience, and particularly a military audience, right?
Well, and this is definitely, propaganda saying they're separatist and the entire city was separatist, and if they didn't leave, we just burnt them and it's fine.
Well, and this is like this is the exact same type of mindset that leads to you saying you can leave the wards open for 1 year and then after that you're screwed. And if you can't get it together to move, you can't afford to move, you can't leave behind your only, like you're a farmer or whatever, and you can't just up and move to a new farm because you don't own that land. Yeah, peace out, man. This is the same thing. I am certain there are many people. Arisha's not like, I mean, there's Ryerson House, but then there's the actual town. I'm sure there were many people who were just like, look, I'm just trying to make everyone's bread and, baked goods, and y'all go do your rebellion thing. But then those people were not given the choice to remain in their homes either.
Well, and how many years ago was Orisha put into ruins?
6 at the beginning of Fourth Wing.
Yeah,
so 7 now.
So they didn't rebuild a stone city in 6 years.
No.
Particularly not secretly. You'd have like massive shipments. So like this is just a lie. Like, I mean, like this is like Fourth Wing starts out in a lie. This starts out like this is just a huge propaganda lie. They didn't actually turn it into rubble because you can't rebuild a stone city in 6 years without massive infrastructure, and that wasn't done with sneakiness.
Well, and like, what kind of government says the people? Oh. After recording all those bonus episodes, I forgot how annoying it is to only have 6 minutes.
Well, but that is our time.
That's it from us. Tell us, did we blow your mind? Let us know in the comments. And remember, we love you. Stay out of the clouds, off the ice, and come back to us. We'll see you next time.
See you next time.
Remember, lore lovers, fantasy fanatics, and good girls, like, rate, review, subscribe, and share.